Aloha! Hi guys, sorry I got delayed in joining the class. Can you guys hear me? So I wanted to schedule this meeting for basically my actually computer got hanged at the last minute. Due to that, I had to restart it. It's a little late हो गया. तो चलो start करते हैं since most of you are inside. तो मेरे को I wanted to ask you. This is more of a personal consultation session, not a one-way session from my side. So I want to ask you what challenges you're facing, and maybe I'll be able to suggest some ideas of how to react to those challenges and overcome them. So can I get to know what's happening on your side with respect to the testing processes, etc. Basically, what I expect from this point onwards, and I've called all the May, June, and July testing groups. All of you have been called together today, because now, although the May group now will be deeper into their testing it with respect to what the June group would have been and what the July group will be. But from this point onwards, most of you have to move to one test per week. You'll have to move to one test per week. Every week, you'll have to release or do at least one test. And uh, typically, generically, you will be facing certain issues with respect to your individual section scores. So can I get to know you? You guys are unmuted. You can unmute yourself from your end and speak. आप दो टेस्ट लिए हो सृष्टि, तो कोई बात नहीं. You starting one test a week now from this point. इस point onwards से one test per week करना है. और करीब you have to reach a point where you have taken around 10 to 15 tests. तो 10 to 15 टेस्ट एक बार हो जाता है तुम्हारा, तो you can then either look at a personal consultation with me on a call, or you can do a personal consultation through this kind of a session. तो मेरे को I wanted to hear a little bit from your side what is happening to your testing structures. So first of all, verbal. Let's spend around 10 minutes on verbal RC. तो वर्बल आरसी में किस रेंज में स्कोर्स हैं तुम्हारे अभी? 20 to 35. How many of you are in the 20 to 35 range? People between the 35 to 50 range, net score wise. And also people between the 50 to 65 range. So which range do you belong to? Or if you are above this or below that, you can let me know. So a lot of you are in the 35 to 50 range, and some of you in the 20 to 35 range, etc. I'm just checking your chats. तो ऑब्जेक्टिव यहाँ से रहेगा रेंज शिफ्ट करना, jumping to the next range. So what you need to look at is, let's say, verbal में mostly it's going to be reading comprehension, summary, parajumbles. I mean, let's focus on these four first: parajumbles and odd man out. What you need to investigate over your tests is what is the accuracy percentage. I mean, देखो, basically your score बढ़ाना है, तो common sense tells you that there are only two things through which your score improves. Either you increase your attempts or you increase your accuracy. So what is your current accuracy range in RC? What is the current accuracy range in summary? What is the current accuracy in parajumbles? And what is the current accuracy range in odd man out? So can you fill this thing? Or you can start investigating with this, and you can. And if your overall accuracy is in the 60 to 70% range, as Vidhi says, that's not good. Verbal may you have to aim for an 80 to 90% accuracy range. Dipan says that I'm noticing a big difference in VS scores in sectional tests and full marks. For example, in sectional tests, I'm getting 50 easily. In mock tests, it goes to 20, 35.
और बढ़िया हमारी छाती तो मेरा फोन लेके बैठी थी क्या तू मेरा और खाती को फोन देने की
तो अगर ऐसा सिचुएशन है कि तुम्हारा सेक्शन में 50 प्लस आराम से आ रहा है और मॉक एक्चुअल मॉक में 20 to 35 आ रहा है, तो दिस कुड बी वन ऑफ द रीजंस कुड बी दैट तुम्हारा सेक्शनल टेस्ट जो तुम ले रहे हो उसका क्वालिटी इज ईजियर, इट्स ईजियर टू स्कोर, द क्वालिटी ऑफ द सेक्शनल टेस्ट इज ईजियर. That could be one reason for getting this kind of reaction, right? And the other aspect could be that maybe it's a performance issue inside the 3R mock. So what I suggest is that to get rid of this problem, what I suggest is you pick up any test paper, and what you do is, instead of taking a 3R test at one shot, फुल एंड टेस्ट पेपर उठा लो और 3R टेस्ट के बदले 1 घंटा VRC दो. Maybe you split it in 3 parts, then take a break of 2-3 hours, and then give your DILR test after a 3-hour break. So a sample could be 10 to 11 VRC दे दिए, तो 2 to 3 DILR दे रहे, and then take a 3-hour break again, and then 6 to 7 QA ले लो और देखो उसमें देखोगे तुम्हारा क्या आ रहा है. देखो बहुत सारा चीज जो है ना इसमें टेस्ट स्कोर इम्प्रूवमेंट में, या यू ट्राई टू डू एटलीस्ट अ कपल ऑफ 2-3 टेस्ट लाइक दिस इन ब्रेक्स. 2-3 टेस्ट से ब्रेक लेके करो. Why I'm telling you this is because most of the time when you do this, your overall score will go up. That's what I've noticed. तो बहुत सारी चीज जब टेस्ट स्कोर में इंप्रूवमेंट की बात करते हो ना, तो ये सेल्फ सजेशन इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट. बाहर से कोई भी कितना भी बोल दे, तुम जब तक खुद नहीं बिलीव करोगे कि ऐसा हो सकता है, तब तक नहीं होगा. तो अगर तुम ये देखते हो कि व्हेन यू टेक अ 3-hour टेस्ट, योर स्कोर इज लेट्स से 30, 40 and 30, but if you take 3 1-hour tests, and why I'm telling you to break the full paper in this form is because a lot of institutes, most institutes do not take too much care of the quality of their sectional tests. So बहुत बार you will find that the sectional tests are much easier than the actual full length tests. So if you actually do this with a full length test, so at least you are sure that the quality of the paper will be similar. And then when you break it into 3 1-hour papers, and then you say 50 here and for 45 here and 50 here, then ये auto suggestion activate हो जाता है. और auto suggestion से better कुछ नहीं होता है खुद में belief develop करने का. तो auto suggestion क्या activate हो जाता है कि मैंने ये पेपर किया, मेरे को ये स्कोर आ रहा है, तो यहाँ क्यों नहीं आ रहा है. और जब तुम्हारे माइंड में दिखेगा कि ऐसा कोई रीजन नहीं है कि तुमको क्यों नहीं आ रहा है 3 घंटे के एक पेपर में टेस्ट स्कोर और 1 घंटे के 3 पेपर में तुमको स्कोर आता है, when you start realizing there is no this thing, you will automatically raise your performance. अपने आप बढ़ेगा तुम्हारा performance. So this is what I can suggest. Don't do this to your one test that you are taking every week. Do it apart from that. 1 टेस्ट पर वीक पे अब रहना तुम लोग को फॉर वी आर इन जुलाई नाउ, जुलाई एंड आ गया तो 15 सितंबर तक यू हैव टू बी ऑन 1 टेस्ट per week. Those of you who are slightly more advanced in your preps cycle, the May group can even go to 2 tests per week now, right? Now RC में correct answers लाने के लिए क्या करना चाहिए, that I've shown you in the last class that I took last Sunday, and I'll continue doing that for you. तो RC में what you need to do is, अगर तुमको if you're trying to solve an RC passage in 6 to 8 minutes or even 10 minutes, if you're trying to do that and you end up let's say getting 60% correct, so first step basically in RC, in fact somebody is asking me in DILR also, so DILR में first step ये होगा कि DILR, somebody pinged me today कि DILR में I am not able to score because of selection. So please remember, selection can only take you that far. You can't keep deselecting all the sets. कभी ना कभी चैलेंज उठाना ही पड़ेगा तुमको. तो फर्स्ट स्टेप है कि तुम अगर तुम 30 मिनट्स में आरसी सही करना सीखो. 30 मिनट्स में आरसी को सही करना सीखो. गेट 100% करेक्ट. 1 आरसी इन 30 मिनट्स. और 30 मिनट्स में भी अगर तुम एक आरसी को 100% नहीं करेक्ट कर सकते हो तो 10 मिनट में कैसे कर पाओगे? इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल. सो दिस इज वेयर यू बिल्ड योर एबिलिटी. And same thing with DILR. You have to learn how to get through tough sets. It's one of the qualities that you'll have to incorporate in your learning process. ठीक है? Parajumble is, I mean, at least in my view, in the CAT, RCs and summaries are easier to get correct. Parajumbles and odd man out, इसमें I've still not seen many people getting 100% correct. So इसमें accuracy rate will be slightly lower. So if you are in these two, if you can get out to 6 to 7 out of 10, every time you solve 10 parajumble questions, if you get 6 to 7 correct, so that would be fine in this. But I'll take a session on parajumbles, but I myself I'm at maybe 8 out of 10 correct in parajumbles, especially with the non-option based parajumbles. But यहाँ पे तुम 100% accuracy target कर सकते हो with the 5% error possibility. तो what you do is, मतलब जैसे आरसी में प्रॉब्लम है, आरसी में अगर प्रॉब्लम है तो तुम 10 से 15 हाई क्वालिटी रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन सेट्स उठा लो. I can suggest you to pick up the GMAT, this RC from the GMAT OG official guide. वहां से 10 से 15 हाई क्वालिटी RC सेट्स उठा लो. And what you do is, let's say you define that you want to do an RC in 8 to 10 sets, 8 to 10 minutes. तो तुम क्या करो कि let's say make a 4 passage test for yourself. Yeah, I'll come to DI and geometry a little bit later. DI and geometry and quants, I'll just come to that. पहले English का मैं ideas तुम लोग को transfer करना है, तुम लोग को पहले बता दो. Let me tell you that. So what you do is take a 4 passage test, make a 4 passage test, and give yourself between 35 to 40 minutes. And try to solve all the questions in those 35 to 40 minutes for all the 4 tests, for all the 4 passages. Do it on day 1 morning, let's say. Then what you do is don't check the answers. Don't check your answers. right? Don't check your answers from the answer key. After you spend 35 to 40 minutes, spend another 35 to 40 minutes on the same passages and try to see how many of those answers you will stick to. जो पहला स्टेप हो, एज आई टोल्ड यू, तुम अगर 30 मिनट में आरसी सही नहीं कर सकते हो तो तुम 10 मिनट में कैसे करोगे? So the first thing I want to check with you, or you to check yourself, is do you have the ability to get everything right in double the time? As I've told you in cons also, कि अगर डबल टाइम मिल जाता है तुमको तो are you able to get your RCs correct? Right? Are you able to get to what is your timing required for 100% accuracy? Or do you not have 100% accuracy no matter how much time you take? Right? By 100% accuracy, I mean a situation where if you're solving maybe around if you're solving around 30-40 questions in RC, you might 100% accuracy level means you get around 37-38 right at least. Quants में भी अगर 40 क्वेश्चन तुम सॉल्व करते हो और 38 राइट होता है तुम्हारा, तो यू वुड एक्सपेक्ट कि चलो ठीक है, मोस्टली यू आर राइट. सो एक आध एरर तो कभी ना कभी होगा ही आरसी में. यू कांट गेट टू जीरो एरर्स. इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल. समटाइम्स इंटरप्रिटेशन एरर्स हो जाते हैं एक्सेट्रा, but normally you don't make an error. So if you do a 6 question set of RC, you get all 6 right. How often do you get that? So first you have to check whether you have that ability in double the time. If not double time, do you have it in triple time? Right? So that's why I said, if you're taking four passages on day one morning, you do it for 40 minutes, then you redo it for the next 40 minutes and try to see of your answer key. Let's say you made an answer key from 1 to 24. Let's say there are 24 questions in this or 20 questions in this. You made an answer key from 1 to 20. Maybe some answers you're left blank. You're not sure. Then try to see when you do it a second time and you make an answer key again. Don't keep this answer key with yourself when you're doing it the second time. So when you're doing it for another 40 minutes, you try to mark your answers again, independent of this. And then you compare the two answer keys and try to see in how many answers are you on the same answer. Now please remember this, you're still not going to check this from the key right now. Right now you're comparing your own two keys. How many questions are on the same answer? Then you try to ask yourself this question, key, how many questions have you changed the answer? How many questions are still blank? You can't take a call on these questions, right? Now then what you go to is don't check the answer key even after this. I'm just talking about 4 passages. So take a break from this solving. This will be a 70 to 90 minute session in the morning, 1.5 hour session in the morning. Take a break, go back to other things. Then in the evening, sit again for the same questions for 20 more minutes. एक बार 20 मिनट फिर से बैठो उसी 4 पैसेज पे. And now have both your answer keys with you and try to mark each of these answers as definitely correct, probably correct, and definitely wrong. Right? Do that marking and then go off to sleep. Just ruminate on those questions. Just keep thinking about the options, especially about those questions about which you are thinking about probably correct. and then also thinking about those questions where you now know that you are definitely wrong. And also the questions where you have changed the answer, उसमें research करो कि तुमको किस पे जाना है. If suppose you are marked A here and now you are marked B, you take a final call before you mark it DC or PC. Are you on A or B? So if you decide B, then you also mark that answer as DC or PC. So what you will do is you will then create a consolidated answer key of your own. So this will take 20 minutes third time round. Right? So then you go off to sleep, don't check the answer keys. Next morning with a fresh mind, you check your consolidated answer key. You check your consolidated answer key with the actual answer key. Because see, RCM, if you're going wrong in a question, it means that you're not thinking the way the question setter expects you to think. And normally the question setter, at least in CAT kind of RCs, the question setter has a very clear thought process of why this is the right answer. So तुमको अगर नहीं दिख रहा है तो there's some thinking error there. So now once you have identified this, what is your final outcome? DC gone correct is the only good solving structure that you have. DC gone wrong is a huge thought error. So you need to go into that question and try to think about what mistake did you make in that thought. So this is the first error you start looking at. And for each error that you have made, there are 3-4 kinds of errors that will happen here. For each error you make, you will realize that there's something that you need to change in the way you're thinking. Then PC gone correct is also an error. Because if this is error kind 2. If your PC has gone correct, it's good news that it went correct. But it's also an error in the thinking that if this is going to be correct, why couldn't you see it? After you have, and I'm talking about this analysis after having done the same set 3 times. You sat for 35 minutes, 40 minutes once, then you sat for 35 minutes second time, and then you sat for 20 minutes more on the same thing. You read the passage 3 times and you have looked at the question and the solution 3 times. So if your PC is going to go correct, why couldn't you see that? Why couldn't you anticipate that this is correct? That itself is a thought error. Right? Your thinking was on the right track to say that this is PC, but then there still had some doubts in your mind. Those doubts in some other question might pull you to the wrong answer. So in RC, the solution or the error is removed only by going back to the passage and going back to the question and going back to the option. Why you selected B when C was the answer? Or why were you confused between B and C? Although you marked B and B came out the answer, this is PC gone correct. Why were you not sure of this? Why were you still thinking about this? Why was this interfering in your thinking? So these are stuff you start looking for, and यहाँ पे तुमको अपने solutions मिलेंगे. तुमको what you'll find is you'll find thought errors that are happening consistently. Then of course PC gone wrong. A PC that goes wrong is a big thought error again. Not as big as this one. This is the biggest. A DC gone wrong is the biggest thought error. But a PC gone wrong is also a huge error. This is E3. And then a DW gone correct. It means you're totally confused about this question. You've got no grip on this question. So this is also a huge thought error. A DW gone wrong, a DW that turns out wrong, is a lesser thought error because you're able to identify that this is you marked it as something. Let's say a DW gone wrong will be something like this. There was a question in which you marked C. And you stuck to C the second time. But the third time when you're looking at it in the night, you realize that the answer should be actually D. On your consolidated answer sheet, of course, you'll make C here. So in the night when you're looking at this thing and you're solving it again, you realize that the answer should be D. So what you have marked is definitely wrong. That's how the DW happens. तो ये एनालिसिस करो. आई थिंक 10 से 20 आरसी सेट्स 10 to 20 आरसी सेट्स के साथ काफी हो जाएगा ये. You don't require more than 20 RC sets to do this. Do it over 20 RC sets, do it over 15, 20 days, do this exercise. You will automatically start becoming more, you will start getting more in control. So DW gone wrong is also an error. Why did you think C twice? If the answer is going to be D, which you could realize in your third reading, why couldn't you see it in your first 30 minutes or the first 60 minutes on the 4 passages? Are we clear about this? This is the exercise I would suggest for RC. This is the exercise I would suggest for summaries. You have to live with the question. You have to spend time with the questions. And when you're learning how to get things correct, you don't bother about time. You first learn how to get it correct. So for that, you have to spend time inside the questions. ये एक्सरसाइज करके देखो. इट्स अ नेट इन्वेस्टमेंट. अगर मैं तुम लोग को 1.5 घंटे में बता रहा हूँ, सुबह का 90 minutes, रात का 20 minutes, and maybe 10 minutes more, 10-15 minutes more to finally check. And the remaining time, you're just allowing the questions and the solutions to ruminate in your mind. So you're not doing any sit down times on this. It's an investment of 2 hours for 4 passages. If you do this investment of 2 hours 5 times, you'll be able to analyze 20 passages. So 10 hours का total investment है, right? And I'm quite sure this will give you a lot of insights into your solving and why you go wrong. So this is the exercise I would want you to do in summaries also. Summaries में जब कर रहे हो तो क्या करोगे? Summary के 10 अच्छे quality question उठा लोगे. 10 to 20 good quality questions उठा लोगे. Summary का questions तुमको RC questions I can suggest you to pick up either PastCat or GMAT. GMAT OG डाउनलोड कर लो, GMAT का, उसमें से निकाल लो. वहाँ पे you are sure of good quality questions. I don't want you to do this with a time test series or an IMS test series or a CL test series or even R test series, because उसमें कभी-कभी RC में वो quality नहीं आता है test series के question में. Sometimes that cutting edge quality is missing, right? So since you're spending this time, you might as well do it on good quality questions. ठीक है. Summaries के लिए तुम previous year question उठा सकते हो. CAT 17 तो पूरा release हो गया, slot 1 and slot 2. If you have taken those 2 slots already, next couple of weeks में CAT 18 हम लोग release करेंगे, वो slot 1 and slot 2 on the site. So just make sure that you take those tests, and then those questions become open for you for your analysis and your learning. ठीक है. And then CAT 19 हम लोग release करेंगे sometime in September for you guys. CAT 18 का दोनों slots हम लोग August में release करेंगे. So you can take those tests. The thumb rule I've told all of you. You don't look at CAT 17, CAT 18, and CAT 19 papers because there's a lot of value in taking those papers as full length tests. Mock test kitna bhi le lo, they can't replicate exactly what the CAT is. ठीक है? हाँ तो you can just do the test series available Mindworks. उसमें काफी हो जाएगा तुम लोग को. But as I've already suggested earlier also, most of the institutes give you some free mock tests. You don't need to join other institutes mocks. तो जितने free मिलते हैं बीच में करते रहो उसको. Just keep your eyes and ears open. Every institute, a good quality institute, will give you a couple of free mock tests every month or in month and a half, 5-6 weeks के अंदर एक आध free mock test आ ही जाएगा सबका. तो उसको कर लो. ठीक है, and follow the Mindworks test series. You'll have more or less sufficient reactions available. Is it clear? But 17, 18, 19 ko you will there's a lot of value, and we releasing these as replicats within the mock test series only. So these 6 tests we don't want you to waste by knowing these कि इसको देख लिया मैंने पहले से देख लिया is your questions. So once you take these six slot 1 slot 2 tests, उसके बाद you open these question papers and then you start researching every question. ठीक है, because it's very valuable. So we want you to have 2 bites at this apple. First as a full length test, then as learning material. इसलिए मैं भी अपने जो video releases etc कर रहा हूँ, anything I'm doing or even my live classes, I'm not touching 17, 18, 19 at all. Problem solving classes में भी I'm not touching 17, 18, 19 at all. वो सब मैं करवा दूंगा तुम लोग को later. DILR तो I'll release complete solutions and remaining I will do through the quants etc. I'll do through live sessions, and even RC if you want I can do some live sessions on the RC part also. So how do you identify the right answer? और दूसरा चीज, the second thing you can do for RC, the second exercise you can do for RC, and you can try to replicate this exercise for parajumbles and others also, but that mental map that I had shown you how to make it, if you had attended my last Sunday's RC session, how do you make a mental map of the passage, right? So you can practice doing that on around 10 to 20 passages. And gradually, of course, that question did come up that day. कितना अगर हम लोग क्लोजली देखेंगे पैसेज को लिखेंगे तो टाइम बहुत लग जाएगा. तो मेरा रिएक्शन ये था कि उसको बाय डिफॉल्ट तुमको ये मोस्ट ऑफ दिस मेंटल मैप शुड गेट क्रिएटेड by default when you read the first time. And the challenge is in one reading and one quick reading, you should be able to come out with a mental map. So like anything, when you learn something, the first time is always slow, right? When you learn to walk, you were very slow while walking. Before you started increasing your speed and you started finally running at breakneck speeds, your initial learning of walking was very small, very slow. The first time you're trying to write A on a sheet of paper, it took you hours. So learning anything new will always take you time. And as you go through a learning cycle of anything, the efficiency automatically comes, right? Or learning का जो pattern होता है, people talk about this. There's this graph about learning. Let's say on this graph, let me draw various levels of awareness about something in terms of knowing how to do something. Let's say for an activity, for some activity, this is an amateurish level. This is professional. This is expert. And this is God level. So there's a learning uh, a learning cycle analysis which says that anybody who starts to learn something, let's say you want to play the guitar, what people say is that when you pick up that activity, your initial learning and this is the first 20 hours on that activity. Your initial learning goes very, very quickly. But from going from here to that, reaching that level, this point is only after you've done that activity or practiced that activity for 10 years. So a lot of activities or a lot of things in life, if you can reach if you can make your capability reach this point by investing your first 20 hours, you'll be pretty decent at doing it. You want to play the guitar, first 20 hours you'll be okay. You can do a small performance in front of your family. But to go on an orchestra and play it in front of 1 lakh people, you have to practice it for 10 years. So from this point, the incremental learning becomes very, very limited, and it requires a lot of practice to get to the next levels. But the first 20 hours is quick, and the first bit of learning, getting to this level, is always very quick. This is an established uh, diagram between learning timelines and learning outcomes. So what I'm trying to tell you here is that you don't need to get to God level in reading comprehension or even expert level in reading comprehension. At least get to amateurish levels where you can do 80% correct, and get to amateurish levels in terms of mapping your passage. Do you see the structure of the passage? Do you see structures? So give yourself 20 hours on doing that. And that's why if you look at what I told you, this kind of merges with that. I told you around 10 hours work on that DCPC approach on comprehension. And mapping ke liye, I will tell you to do it for over 40-50 passages. I told you that day also. You do the mapping of the paragraph for 40-50 passages. 50 पैसेज के लिए मैपिंग करो और एक बार 50 पैसेज का मैपिंग हो जाता है, एक पैसेज को मैप करके करने के लिए तुमको जस्ट रीडिंग में 8-10 मिनट लगता है, पैसेज में मैप करके प्रॉपर्ली करोगे तो 30 मिनट्स लगेगा. तो 20 आवर्स का काम नहीं दे रहा हूँ तुम लोग को इसमें, तो 20 आवर्स में तुम सीख लोगे इसको. There's a TEDx speech. You can learn anything in 20 hours. Just watch that and utilize this in your life. So give yourself 20 hours. 20 hours के अंदर you'll start doing it much faster. ठीक है. तो passage mapping is the other activity I'll want you to do. तुमको passage समझ में नहीं आया तो कोई कुछ पूछेगा तो automatically कैसे करोगे? It's like why is when your car conks out, why is the mechanic able to repair it and you can't do it? Mechanic can do it and you can't do it. Why does that happen? Because he has mentally he knows the structures inside the car, and he can recognize when he opens the bonnet, he can recognize which device is part of which structure, and he starts checking that. You don't know the structures. So the moment you get used to structures, you'll start getting better. Is that clear? Parajumble pe let's see. I'll try to schedule a session on parajumbles for you. उसमें I'll give you the experiment I want you to do. ठीक है? So are we through with English? Everybody is okay on this? Fair enough. You got ideas now on English, what to do? ठीक है? और एक एक्टिविटी और कर सकते हो इंग्लिश में. Couple of more activities I'll just suggest to you, which I talked about in the RC class also, generic RC class for everyone. उसमें बात किया था, उसको भी देख सकते हो तुम लोग. Couple of activities more you want to do in English. One could be deciding on areas of reading where you have a problem. Topics. तो जिस टॉपिक में तुमको रीडिंग में इश्यू है, उस टॉपिक के 30 से 50 पैसेज उठा लो, 1000 word passages, and get familiar to it. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल मेडिकल साइंस पे अगर तुमको दिक्कत होता है पढ़ने में पैसेज, और मेडिकल साइंस का पैसेज कभी भी आता है टेस्ट में, तो यू स्लो डाउन व्हाइल रीडिंग and you are not able to create the mental structures as well as in something else. So pick up 30 to 50 articles from medical science and read them. Push your mind. Your mind will get familiar. Give yourself 10 to 20 hours on medical science reading. ठीक है, your mind will automatically become familiar on it.
Sir?
Yeah.
Sir, in Parajumbles, in our material, sir, most of the questions have got options. So like ma'am says, forms the pairs. I am able to form the pairs, and like I'm getting 6 to 7, more than that correct out of 10. But in the mocks, we don't get options. We have to type it down. So in that case, I'm able to form the pairs, but I'm not able to arrange it out. So this is the difficulty I'm facing when I am doing my, like you said, no, after a test, you see where you're going wrong, practice on it, and then give the next test.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
even though I'm able to do that process through the material, but when it is...
I'll suggest one thing, that when you do the content in the material, you just hide the options and do it yourself. जैसे अगर मेरे को पैराजम्बल उठाना है, I told you that I'll be talking about parajumbles in a separate class. But suppose मेरे को पैराजम्बल उठाना है, तो what I'll do is, I want to be sure of the level of parajumbles. So what I'll do is I'll pick up all the parajumbles of the CAT pre 2008 first. Now उसमें तुमको करीब 50-60 क्वेश्चन मिलेंगे. I hope you all understand that English does not improve with practice. Practice is not the key differentiator in English. So if you have solved 2000 parajumbles and I have solved only 200 parajumbles, I might still be better than you. In maths, that does not happen. If you have solved 2000 questions and I have solved only 200 questions, you will definitely be better than me. But in this case, it might be the opposite. So what is important is the research that you do with the first 200 questions and how you take it out. So अगर मेरे को parajumbles improve करना है, this exercise I'm going to suggest to all of you, and maybe get this done with all of you in one of my sessions, live sessions. What I'll do is I'll pick up 50-60 questions of parajumbles pre 2008 of the CAT. और उन सब से मैं option हटा दूंगा. I'll just remove all the options. I'll just remove the options. I'll do them as theta. And I'll try to get to the right answer. एक डिफरेंस थोड़ा रहेगा, कुछ क्वेश्चन में मे बी 10% क्वेश्चन में ऐसा होगा कि ऑप्शन हटाने के कारण you might not be able to get to the right answer because there will be no way to get to the right answer if there is no option there. But obviously the questions that they are giving today in theta form in parajumbles, उसमें there is always one right way to get to the answer, and you have to discover that. So if I have to improve my parajumbles, I just make sure I pick up 60 questions of good quality. I'll make sure I want to ensure that the quality is good. और तुम लोग अगर चाहिए तो we'll upload some theta parajumbles also for you in practice. वो हम करवा देते हैं. ठीक है ना? Just remind me on that if it does not get done over the next 3-4 days. तो थीटा पैराजंबल क्वेश्चन में डलवा देता हूँ तुम लोग के लिए फॉर प्रैक्टिस। तब तक तुम ये भी कर सकते हो जो भी पैराजंबल कर रहे हो, बिकॉज आजकल ऑप्शन के साथ तो आता नहीं पैराजंबल। सो जस्ट गो थीटा ऑन इट। क्लियर? Right. Any other questions on this? Now, what do you want me to talk about? English section to complete, okay? Should we move to DLR first? Now, DLR में एक misconception जो मैं देख रहा हूँ बहुत लोगों में, जो मेरे को chat पे भेजते हैं, they are attributing their lack of scores in DLR to poor selection. So, and obviously this right, this I'm not saying, I'm not doubting this, that if you improve your selection of sets, your score will go up. That's definitely true. But in a DILR exam, is it possible to get the optimal paths? I should do set 6 first, and then I should do set 3 first next, and then I should have come to set 1 after that, and the next set I should do is set 8. These are the 4 easy sets. Is it possible to create this path within the first hour? The answer is no. Nobody can do this. राइट? किसी का बस की बात नहीं है ये चीज देखना कि सेट 6 सबसे पहले करना चाहिए। So I remember CAT 2017 में मेरा slot was much tougher than the morning slot, and I normally get through 6 to 7 sets in the paper. So I somehow struggled through to the 7th set and got through 5.5 sets. I could solve 5.5. एक सेट बहुत ज़्यादा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड था तो उसको मैंने छोड़ दिया था और मेरा टाइम खत्म हो गया। When I came out of the paper, somebody, student of mine met me and he said कि सर वो जो पिज़्ज़ा बर्गर वाला क्वेश्चन था and burger making and ice cream making वाला क्वेश्चन था वो बहुत easy था DI में। So I said, where was that question? Because I had not seen in them in the first 7 sets. So later I realized it was my 8th set in my exam, in my paper. So now I could not, just because of this I don't want to change my process. How do I change my process? ऐसा कोई गारंटी थोड़ी कि 8th वाला easy रहेगा, हो सकता है पहला easy रहे। So ये अचीव करना इम्पॉसिबल है किसी के लिए भी, तो इसको अचीव करने की कोशिश भी मत करो। ठीक है, it's the wrong direction to look at. Now, what you have to do in DILR is, now the deeper you see into the paper, so if there are 2 students, one who sees deep into the paper, the other who only sees the paper till 50% point, only sees till the 4th or 5th set, and the other guy sees till the 7th set. Obviously, this guy will have better choice than this person, right? So 2 things have to happen in DILR to improve your scores. One is that you have to be able to see deeper in the set, deeper into the paper. Ideally, hopefully going all the way to the 8th set. So for that, what you can do is, and if you go on the assumption that the normal CAT paper will have around 2 to 3 sets, which are very, very tough. Two, 3 sets which are tough, and a couple of sets which are doable. Not easy, but doable. So you don't know which of these 8 sets is going to be the 2 doable sets. But at the same time, you want to be able to reach those sets at least, or at least have a chance to reach those sets. So Abhishek is saying, can't we just look in the sets for the first 10 minutes and identify which are solvable within the time limit? You can't, you will not be able to remember 8 sets in 10 minutes. To look at a set, you will take 3-4 minutes at least. So what I suggest is that you change this into 15-minute time slots. Change this into 4 15-minute time slots. And in every 15-minute time slot, you try to at least do one out of the two. और तुम एक चीज रैंडमाइज करके देखो ना पास्ट ईयर DILR देख के कोई फायदा नहीं होगा जब कैट पेपर्स पूरा देख लोगे तो इस पे भी देख लेना कैट 17 18 19 पे और कोई भी मॉक सीरीज हम लोग के मॉक सीरीज उठा लो या कोई और मॉक सीरीज भी तुम फॉलो कर रहे हो तो उसका क्वेश्चन देख लो या तुम कोई मॉक सीरीज पुराना 2017 18 19 का मॉक सीरीज डाउनलोड कर लो किसी का उसमें एक एक्सपेरिमेंट कर लो कि तुम अगर ऐसा करते कि 2 सेट तुम उठाते हो एट अ टाइम एंड यू डिसाइड ऑन वन ऑफ देम you spend 2-3 minutes on this side and you spend 2-3 minutes on this side and you decide that I'll go on this rather than this. So what you need to measure is on an average most of the time are you able to do at least one set. कम से कम एक सेट तुम कर पाते हो क्या तो if you have done decent amount of practice on DILR I would think that normally तुमसे at least एक सेट तो हो ही जाता होगा हर 2 सेट में. So it will be very rare that you come across 2 sets which are very very tough in both the sets, right? So if you can hold on to a hit rate of 1 out of 2, for every 2 sets, and you can stick to a 15-minute time limit कि 15 मिनट में मेरा हो जाएगा, तो you are able to get in the coveted 4th set. और 4 sets of solving करोगे अगर solve किए हो ठीक से तो DILR में straight answers सही answers मिलते हैं. So if you solved it correctly, so you will end up with around a score of 40s at least. Right? Now, for those of you who are already in the 40s and you want to push on to the 50s in DILR, then you will have to accommodate a 5th set to get there. So there are 2 critical skills that you'll have to work on. जब तुम अपना work develop कर रहे हो. So there are 2 critical skills that you need to work on. One skill in DILR is the 7th gear of solving. So people often ask me, and people like me who are able to solve 6-7 sets in the exam, तुम लोग करते कैसे हैं? Because there are some sets which are not doable at all. I mean, एक चीज basic है. If we are able to solve 6 to 7 sets in the exam, it means that we are below 10 minutes on an average per set. And you can check the CAT kind of sets they are giving these days. उसको तुम अगर देखोगे तो you'll realize कि some sets are not doable in less than 12, 13, 14 minutes. So how do we maintain an average of less than 10 minutes? तो उसका आंसर जो आता है उसका आंसर यहाँ से आता है कि when we see these easier ones, we go into that 7th gear of solving and do it in 6 to 7 minutes. So if I get a couple of sets of 6 to 7 minutes done in the paper, so I'm left with around 46 to 48 minutes for 4 sets and I can average 12 minutes per set then. So I'll get to my 6th set of solvings. And if you look at each of the papers, whether you look at CAT 16, 17, 18 or 19, every slot you look at, you'll find at least 2 sets which are 7-minute sets. So you will have to ensure that when you find these, you are able to increase your speed without making, ऐसा नहीं होता कि 7th gear में गाड़ी चलाए तो accident हो गया और मर गए. You have to be able to get through these 7-minute sets without any errors. So I often talk about my 2018 DI attempt. So in CAT 2018, I had attempted 25 questions in DI, out of which 24 was correct. And I was able to get 100 percentile that year. And this 25th one was the last second guess. Paper khatam ho raha tha, submit ho raha tha, so I just marked without analysis. So all the 24 questions I did were correct. And in that paper, what happened to me is the first 13-14 minutes of the exam, I was not able to solve a single question because I got scared of the difficulty level of the paper, and I started solving like most students do. And then at 13-14 minutes, I reminded myself to take control of it. And the moment I took control of myself, I started solving it like I solved. So it was 46 minutes were enough for me to do 6.5 sets that year. I solved 5 sets with 4 questions each completely. I solved 1 set with 3 questions and 1 set with 2 questions. और दो क्वेश्चन इसका छोड़ दिया मैंने, और इसमें सेकंड क्वेश्चन गैस था. इसका 3 क्वेश्चन सॉल्व हो गया था, चौथा फिर it was long, so I left that. So that's how I talk about 6.5 sets. So the skill you need is that when these sitters come, or when these not sitters but when the doables come, are you able to push through and go faster? Right? जैसे last year CAT में एक percentage calculation का set था. So the people who get to the 6th set of solving or the 5th set of solving, when they come across those, they're able to push it through in 5 minutes, 5-6 minutes. So ये gear build करना पड़ेगा तुमको अपने solving में, practice में. That's one thing. And the second thing is, what we are also able to achieve, or the skill the top guys have, is that once they take, you have a 2-3-4 minute point in a question where you take a no-go or a go decision in the question. So the other skill you have to develop, you have to build is, once you go into this solving after the 4-minute point, the 4-minute point, 2-3-4 minute point is typically when you finish your first reading and the extraction of all the information. And please watch all my DI and LR videos. I hope you are following those. अभी मैं LR पे फोकस कर रहा हूँ, मैं LR को एटलीस्ट 25-30 तक पहुंचा दूँ. DI पे they are already around 25-30 sets, because in that 3-hour set मैंने 10-15 सेट डिस्कस किए थे, वो 3 hour वाला सेशन जो है लास्ट ईयर वाला, तो 20 प्लस है DI ऑलरेडी इसमें. Hopefully I'll be able to get to 50. नहीं भी पहुंचता हूँ 50, but the idea is to show you how to solve these questions. So इसमें we are doing select sets. We are selecting the sets, and I've given you this option on the groups to send me questions from your mock tests, etc. From other institutes mock tests. Give me those challenges. I solve all these sets open in straight. I mean, if I get a set कि ये करना है, even if I've not done it, जैसे last I think LR 13, somebody sent me that set. वो जो copy pen वाला set था, देखा तुम लोग ने LR 13 वाला, the one I uploaded yesterday. So when I get a set like that, I just start a Zoom meeting without inviting anyone, and I start solving it in front of you. Right? So with the risk is always there that I'll make some mistakes or I'll go wrong. जैसे उसी सेट में मैंने एक एरर किया था, एक एरर नहीं किया था, बट आई मिस्ड आउट वन रिएक्शन, जिसके कारण मेरा सॉल्यूशन रॉन्ग हो गया. मैंने बताया भी उसमें. So make sure that you follow this, because you can just copy what I do. how I solve it. And I always keep getting feedback on my DILR classes that when I solve the same set, it becomes very easy. And why it becomes easy is break it up in small chunks. So your first reading is a very significant strategic initiative in any DILR set, because at the first reading, you are in front of the puzzle that you are going to solve. The puzzle is clear. कि क्या करना है. So once you take the go decision on the puzzle कि मैं इसको करूँगा inside the mock test, you should not end up with a can't solve it after 8 minutes, because this is disaster. CAT 18 में somehow I recovered from my first 15 minutes of disaster, but it's not possible for everyone to recover there. So you have to be able to get through, no matter how tough the set becomes and how difficult the puzzle becomes. You have to teach yourself how to get through them. What is the fight? What is the wrestling with that puzzle that you need to do? Right? So, and basically it's going to be about why it's 50 sets that I talk about. Why we have day one when I decided the number that came to me was 50, because both in DI and LR, the logic is watch 50, do 200. That's the logic. ठीक है? So Shubham, वो इसका आंसर मैं यहाँ नहीं दे सकता. Shubham is asking how to manage the data and clues given by the set effectively and quickly. You'll have to see me in action to do that, and that action is all there in those videos, and वो continued रहने वाला है from my side. So you have to learn the reactions, and you will see few things that will be consistent in the solving that I'll show you in my solved examples. One thing you will see will be one reading solving. अगर मेरे को कोई clue दो बार पढ़ना है तो वहीं पे पढ़ता हूँ. I don't go through the set once and then come back to that clue. So one thing you'll notice is one reading solving all the time. Second thing you'll notice is that the decision making about when to create the multiple possibility structures, because when LR becomes tough and DI becomes tough, you have to realize that the multiple possibility structure is one of the most basic ways in which DI becomes tough. So the decision making of this possibility matrix, what time in the set do you actually start writing the multiple options, the multiple possibility matrix, or the multiple possibility situation, or what time do you take that, right? And then the efficiency of dealing with these multiple possibility situations. Because when the multiple possibility situation emerges with 3 possibilities, let's say, you have to consider each possibility with equal seriousness. कि अगर ये होगा तो क्या आउटकम आएगा, ये होगा तो क्या आउटकम आएगा. You have to play out the whole outcome with each possibility, right? और इसका 2 thumb rules है. देखो जब multiple possibilities खुलता है LR में और multiple possibilities improve कर लोगे handling, तो तुम्हारा automatically most things handle हो जाएगा in DI and LR. So when multiple possibilities open, there are 3 ways they resolve. Suppose a question opens up 4 possibilities, right? Now when do you a key point होता है कि decision, when do you start making the multiple possibility structure? तो उसका 2 thumb rules है. And these 2 thumb rules are basically instinctive that I have observed from the CAT. One thumb rule is that the number of possibilities has to be less than 6. So if an LR question leaves you at A plus B is equal to 50, and this has 51 possibilities with A as 0, B as 50, A as 1, B as 49, all the way to A as 50 and B as 0. This making this possibility structure at this point is breaking this thumb rule. Why I'm talking about the thumb rule is because the thumb is always flexible. So these rules are flexible. So you will have to apply this with judiciousness, but you're breaking this thumb rule if you're writing this at this point. So one thumb rule is that the number of possibilities should get down below 3 before you start analyzing possibilities. Below 6. 3, 4 mein it's most likely. 5, 6 is a question mark. Have you missed something? 6 plus, you don't create possibility situations unless you have looked at everything else and you realize कि अब करना ही पड़ेगा इसको. That's one part. The second thumb rule of when do you decide on multiple possibility is that this is very important also. This is more of a strict rule rather than a thumb rule. This rule is strict. You only start analyzing the possibilities because when there are no more clues left. अगर clues बचे हुए हैं उसके बाद तुम possibility analyze कर रहे हो, there are still clues left and you are already starting to analyze possibility. Obviously stupidity because of the fact that it's likely that a little bit later one or two of these possibilities will get removed by the question itself. So why will you start analyzing possibilities before you have read all the clues? Right? But once you finally reach that point where you are now down to four possibilities and you have put down each of the possibilities, then there are 3 ways these multiple possibility situations resolve. One way is 3 possibilities get erased and 1 possibility remains. This is one way in which it works out. Second way is second way in which this happens is you have a couple of possibilities remaining and other possibilities have got erased. So as a case, there are 2 kinds of questioning that comes, A and B. A type of questioning जो होता है ऐसे केस में वो ये होता है कि they ask you could be true and definitely true questions. Could be true, definitely true, and definitely false questions. This is one structure of questioning under the second category. So obviously this means that definitely true is something which is true. Suppose you reach this point where these 2 possibilities are remaining and these 2 possibilities are cancelled. So definitely true will be something which is already there, which is there in both cases. Definitely false will be something which is false in both cases. That's definitely false. And could be true is something which is there in one and false in the other, or the vice versa. False in first and there in the second. So if you have a 3 possibility situation at the end and you have a outcome which is true in one and not true in the other 2, it is still a definitely true outcome. So 2A resolution ये है इसका, when you are left with multiple possibilities. And 2B जो होता है, this B way of going with a situation like this where multiple possibilities are still open, is to go to pointer based questions. Pointer questions, what they do is they pick up something which is happening in one, not happening in the other, second and third, and they'll say that if this happened, then what is true? So then they are pointing you to possibility 1, and then you have to select your answers from only possibility 1 in such cases. तो तुम ये मल्टीपल पॉसिबिलिटीज का 20-25 सेट उठा के देख लो, तुमको ये 3 मिलेगा. So these are the kind of patterns that you need to come out with in your learning. ठीक है? But you can't escape that point that you have to learn how to do the toughest sets. If you are at the point where when sets become tough, you are not able to solve them, you have to learn how to get them through. And any question setter who makes a set, no matter how difficult it is, in LR or logical DI, he will give you a way to get to the answer. There will always be a path. ठीक है? So just keep watching that, and I'm quite sure other teachers also doing good quality sets with you. Sony Goel or Mayank sir ने तो DI नहीं किया, LR किया है. तो उन लोग का videos तुम additionally देख सकते हो. But the way, as I was telling the other day in my comprehension class, that the way I am building my course on Mindworks is that if you just do my sessions and don't do anybody else for at least for DILR and quants, you get enough exposure to actually do most of what you need to do. So everything else, the way I'm working on this is everything else is a bonus for students. All other teachers are bonus. Just even if you just follow my whole course, you should get enough exposure to all kinds of stuff that you'll be asked by the CAD to do. Chalo, this is what DI is, DILR is. So again, when you teach yourself कि मेरे से solve नहीं हो रहा है, तो किसी भी तरह solve करना है, you want to move to this, so you don't bother about time. Take 30 minutes to do a set. 30 मिनट में सेट सही करना तो सीखो. जब सही होने लगेगा तो उसके बाद एफिशिएंसी बढ़ाओगे तो वो सेट 15 मिनट में होने लगेगा. उसके बाद और स्मार्टर हो गए, you become more smarter on it. The same set will start doing in 10 to 12 minutes. ठीक है? Okay. Quants is the easiest to analyze work-wise, right? You have your portion coverage chart. That is your holy grail, so to say. So whenever you take a test, you analyze it, the test block-wise. What's happening to you in block 1, block 2, 3, block 4, block 5, block 6. Your analysis has to be on that. And the moment you find maybe some test in which this causes a problem, you go back to your portion coverage chart and try to analyze whether you have done enough questions. Is the number of questions done is enough? Or have you done, if this is okay, if this is a tick mark, yes, number of questions on this chapter is quite decent for me, then the second thing is redo. There are only two methods to improve your quants outcomes. Again, outcome improve करना है तो attempt improve करना है, या फिर either you increase your outcomes by your score by either increasing attempts or increasing accuracy. There are only two options. Right? So if you are at 15, 17 attempts, or quants paper में, or DILR paper में भी, apart from when you analyze your scores, you are analyzing attempts. I think I had mentioned this in the how to improve test scores video. Have you guys seen that? Attempts analyze करते हो, corrects analyze करते हो, उसके साथ साथ knowledge भी identify करो. So quants में, if you are on an average out of 34 questions, if you are anywhere between 25 to 30, so you're in knowledge, you're good enough to get a 99 plus percentile. In fact, if your knowledge is around 30, you are good enough to get a 99.9 plus percentile. If your answer is close to 30, knowledge is close to 30. So every area mein you basically need to know whether your work has to be more on knowledge or more on accuracy and speed. Knowledge के साथ accuracy तो knowledge के साथ आएगा. Are you going to do speed work or knowledge work? That's the Y junction. Yeah, this will happen. Shubham says an average LOD 2. When doing round 2, I experienced this. As in first round, I was struggling very much, but in round 2, I am feeling much more confident. This will happen because round 2 में जब जाओगे ना किसी भी chapter के, and I have told you round 2 is valuable, round 3 is valuable, round 4 is also valuable. When you go into round 2 of a chapter and round 3 in a chapter, you start seeing repetitions in the logic. You start, and I'm quite sure most of you are experiencing this if you have started doing round 2 and round 3. You start seeing repetition of logic. You start seeing connections between different questions. You start seeing that इस question में जो कर रहे थे और उस question में जो कर रहे थे same था. You start seeing that. You start seeing standard language. You start extracting the standard language, and you start developing protocols कि जब ऐसा लिखा हुआ तो यही करना है मेरे को. First time तो तुम किसी तरह solve करते हो उसको. But round 2, round 3 is a research on that, where you start extracting what is needed to be. And obviously your reactions get deeper embedded. Reactions are deeper embedded. So automatically तुम्हारा क्या होगा? Knowledge to attempt is का ratio ठीक हो जाएगा. If your knowledge to attempt ratio is 30 to 15, 17, that's too low. If your attempt is 60% of your knowledge, it's too low. Because the top guys are able to attempt around 90% of what they know. So that's because basically the embedding of the reaction is deeper in the top guys. So I'm giving you logic why I'm telling you what to do. Everything is built on logic. Commonsensical logic है ये पूरा. तो इसको अगर तुम यूज करोगे तो ऑटोमेटिकली तुमको आउटकम मिलेगा. और तुम फिर वही डिसाइड करो, चैप्टर वाइज डिसाइड कर सकते हो, ब्लॉक वाइज डिसाइड कर सकते हो, या कॉन्सेप्ट वाइज भी डिसाइड कर सकते हो. डू यू नीड मोर क्वेश्चंस or do you need to redo? There are only two methods that you pick up. Right? Any other questions?
Sir, this is Abhishek.
Yeah, Abhishek, tell me.
Sir, while going through full length test, my scores coming low. But when I redo the whole test, it seems that I make this. I've seen that there's not more than 2 to 3 questions or 1 to 2 sets in the LIDs which are not doable by me. So how to?
That means your confidence level is not high. Your belief is not high. So when you start doing more practice, you need more practice to develop your confidence. Belief is poor.
Although I'm doing much practice and doing much questions, but how to?
Second round. Have you finished your second round?
So I'm doing in the midterms, mid of the second round.
The second round complete करो, फिर third round करो, अपने आप ठीक होगा.
Okay.
Deeper embedding हो जाएगा तो first time reaction दिखेगा. अगर सेट्स कर या रिएक्शन deeper embedded नहीं है माइंड के अंदर तो you will not see them in the first round.
ओके ओके सर. ऑल्थो जैसे ग्रुप्स में क्वेश्चंस आते हैं और क्वेश्चंस मैं देखता हूँ तो ऐसा नहीं कि क्वेश्चन देख के मेरे को ये लगे कि बिल्कुल नया है. आई मोस्टली इन 80% क्वेश्चंस आई एम एबल टू सॉल्व. सो ऐसा नहीं लगता कि मेरे को दिस क्वेश्चंस टोटली न्यू फॉर मी. आई एम एबल टू सॉल्व 80 to 90%.
The same thing. In cons, I am able to solve the questions while analyzing the test, but in test, I am not able to solve them. The reason is same because the reaction is not deeply embedded in your head. You know the questions, और practice में solve करना और exam में solve करना different होता है. और ये जो redoing का बात है ना, second redoing, third redoing, fourth redoing, that's basically to get that done. ठीक है? So the idea is once you get to enough number of questions solved on a chapter, then you start redoing those questions the second, third, fourth time. So what will happen is the reactions, you'll start seeing patterns, your reactions will get stronger and more efficient, and then your reactions will come to you in the exam.
Okay, okay, sir.
ठीक है?
Okay, sir.
The process वही है. The process does not change because of this problem is not unique. इस problem का solution हम 3 महीने पहले से तुम लोगों को दिए हुए हैं कि ये करना है. Because you are discovering this problem now. I know this problem will happen. अभी एक CAT 21 का स्टूडेंट मेरे पास ज्वाइन कर रहा है for 21 नवंबर. मेरे को पता है अगले साल जुलाई उसको ये प्रॉब्लम होने वाला है. So with you guys also, it is not new for me that this problem is happening. So I've already given you the solution beforehand in your prep process. Right from day one, I've been talking about multiple rounds of prep. ठीक है ना? तो तुम अगर सेकंड राउंड अभी कर रहे हो, हाफवे किए हो, तो फिर से करो उसको कंप्लीट करो और कुछ चैप्टर्स का थर्ड राउंड स्टार्ट कर लो। ठीक है?
Okay, sir.
ठीक है। Rahul says I've done many sets but still get stuck and to compile some clue while doing some sets. The answer is more practice, Rahul. Then more practice and learning along with the practice. Ki what are the kind of clues you find difficult to handle? So if you can find some pattern of clues which you find difficult to answer, तो उन clues को का reaction को practice करके उसको ठीक कर लो। ठीक है ना? You have to be able to identify that and then practice that. The answer will be there only. Yeah, one full test per week is okay, Anurag, right now. Till approximately 15 September, one full test per week is okay. ठीक है, although May testing group can move to two full tests per week. Yeah, it is all in ASCC. The full tests are in ASCC. Anurag. ठीक है? Any other question?
Sir, in the CAT, where the tests are there, sir, there are certain national mocks also which are there in it, sir.
अभी मत
So,
करो.
not to
Only
do
the
that, sir.
tests we are releasing those because those tests are not reviewed right now. वो तुमको
Okay,
solving के लिए दे रहा है, allow कर रहा है solving.
sir. Okay, sir. We'll do that later.
Are you allowed to solve the national mock tests on the software?
Sir, it is like when I clicked on it, it is saying you can take the test, but I have not started it because you
Don't
told.
take those tests. उसको मत
Right,
डाल।
sir. All right, sir. Thank you,
Just
sir.
do the tests which are released right now. ठीक है
Yes,
ना?
yes.
Thanks for telling me that. The pan also says allowed. Don't take it right now because उसको मैं review नहीं किया है सर. Last year test I had not got time to look at, so I'm making sure that you get high quality tests with whatever tests we are releasing. So just take it on that pattern. So उन tests को भी हम improve करेंगे. There might just be a 20% change in it, but that will be significant in the quality of the test. ठीक है? चलो ठीक है फिर. Any other questions? So we'll stop here. Thanks a lot. I hope this was valuable for all of you. The ideas we've discussed today. Geometry problem, Anurag, we'll try to see whether we can do some session on geometry specifically. उसको करूँगा मैं. Maybe I might intervene in geometry a little bit. मेरे पास एक plan है geometry intervention का, तो वो मैं करने वाला हूँ execute. Right? चलो ठीक है then. Thank you so much. Bye bye everyone. See you.